Hey everybody, this is Jim with JES Built, and today I'm going to show you how to install and what's all involved with my oil air bleed kit. This kit was not designed by me, it's made by a guy named Brent out of the UK, or New Zealand, excuse me. Anyways, thank you Brent for sharing that with me. This kit, the purpose of this kit is this is your oil filter housing. In the oil filter housing, air gets trapped in here, and that trapped air then gets sucked back into your motor, and the first part that it wants to go to is your crank and rod bearings. That air creates foamy oil. Foamy oil just doesn't do its job, and this is a modification to try and help make your motor last longer. Alright, so what we've got in the kit, it will come with an oil filter housing that I've drilled a hole down inside here, and I've made these little bungs and welded them on there. It will come with some AN3 oil line and fittings, and the fittings I've already clocked them, meaning that once it's on the bike they're at the angles that they need to be. You should not have to tighten or loosen these fittings or this one to here. It's going to come with an Earl's 10mm banjo bolt and 2 crush washers. The crush washers fit over the top here, and go like this. Put the second one on, it gets screwed down on there. In the kit you're also going to have a bulkhead fitting, and the purpose of the bulkhead fitting is something to go through here. It lets the oil come back into the oil pan. The way that I've set up the oil pans is I've drilled a hole in it, and I've also countersunk the hole. If you're going to paint or powder coat your oil pan, do not get any paint on these surfaces right here, on the bottom of course, on this sealing surface, and right in here. It's critical that you don't get paint or powder coat in there. You're going to take one of the Viton O-rings that are supplied. These are the O-rings that come in every CB double overhead cam gasket rebuild kit. Most people throw these away because these go underneath your valve guides. Most people don't change valve guides, so lots of people have these. These are readily available in the CB world. The O-ring's going to fit down in here. Might take you a few tries to get it in. It's a tight fit. But it should stay right down in there. If some of them are fighting you, like this one's going to fight me, then just take your bulkhead fitting. First you're going to take the washer and put it on the bulkhead fitting, and on the bulkhead fitting you will see there's a little lip. You want to make sure that this copper washer, when you're on here, that it's not off to the side and that it's totally centered on that. Make sure that your seal, the O-ring is down in there. Put this on, push it around, and it will end up holding it down in where it's supposed to be. Then take another copper washer and put it on the back side. Take one of the nuts, put this on. Takes 2 5/8 wrenches, take and tighten it up. This is an aluminum fitting. You're not working on a semi's lug nut, so don't over tighten it. Once you have this tight, then you're going to take a lock nut. You're going to run it on here. And I would take and put a wrench on this side and tighten it. You can, and I've taken and ground down a wrench. There's not really enough room in between the two nuts for a standard. This is a standard Craftsman wrench. You can see how wide it is. So it's pretty hard to get that wrench inside there and tighten it. So what I suggest is you get the first two on there, get it to the tension that you want it, put a backup wrench on this side, and then tighten your lock nut down onto that. Next, we're going to go over to the motor, and I will show you how to put it on the motor. Thanks, and I hope this all helps.